The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, it's Wednesday at 2 p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the legend. Let's have blast. We talking sports, politics, current events. We gonna be live, so let it make sense. It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. The Judge Podcast. Let's go. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Let's go. Hosted by the Judge and the legend. Let's go!
I can't hear myself. Excuse us, we'll be right back. We got a great show today. God has blessed us to see another day. We got the legendary, my coach, the best coach ever in high school Michigan history, the great Perry Watson. Give it up to Coach. Welcome, Coach. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Twan. Always a pleasure to be with you and any of my fellas.
Yeah, man, this is a pleasure, man. I've been doing this 5 years, this podcast, and this is my greatest show here, man, to have you here, man. I really glad you came in, man. Okay,
Yes.
tell my crowd where you grew up and where you from.
Well, I grew up in the best part of Detroit. I grew up in Southwest.
Hey, give it up to Southwest Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everything started there, Twan. My love of sports, just connecting to our neighborhood, because we had so many role models and great examples of black men in our neighborhood. And, you know, to be connected to Southwest Detroit, Ecorse, and Rouge, people don't know how blessed we were to come up in that area.
Right. There's so many great players out of Ecorse and Rouge and Southwest. I mean, Rouge, Lofton Green was unbelievable, I heard, as a coach, you know, coming through.
Yes, you're right. I mean, when you look at the accolades and the players that came out, you know, obviously you look at Rouge with all the state championships.
Right.
And the players they had. But see, overlooked is Ecorse. Ecorse didn't win the championships, but man, they had great players.
Yeah. Give it up to the Red Raiders. Yeah, Ecorse had some ballers too. The great Archie Clark.
Yes.
Archie's still around. I seen Archie a couple weeks ago. He's still looking good, man. Looking good.
Yeah, I saw him at the NBA All-Star game 2 years ago. You're right.
Okay.
He's still doing good.
Yeah, he's still doing good. He got his bar up on 10th Street in Ecorse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We go over there all the time, the fellas and stuff. Sometimes we go over there and we kick it over there at his bar and stuff. Yeah, watch the games and stuff, football and basketball games.
Okay, I have to look that in. I'm not a bar hopper, but
No, we don't do that, but, you know, we go in there sometimes.
yes, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, we shoot a little pool and stuff. Yeah, so Coach, you grew up in Southwest and you graduated from Southwest, and you were a heck of an athlete yourself.
Yeah, you know, I think I was. You know, the new coach at River Rouge, Rob Murray, called me last week. And funny story, because he didn't know anything about Southwest Detroit, Ecorse, and Rouge. So when he took the job, I guess last week or the week before, they kind of gave him a tour around all three neighborhoods and showed him where I grew up. And the funny story, he said, Perry, he said, I met this guy. He said, he ain't no famous athlete or nothing, but he said, you know, I didn't play at Rouge because I was kind of living the thug life. And he said back then, he said Perry was one of the only guys that could go from Ecorse to Rouge to South Detroit. He said he always had a basketball in his hand.
You could go there everywhere and didn't have a fight. Yeah.
No, just love a ball.
Love a ball, man. You know what's so funny about Southwest Rouge and Ecorse? It ain't that big. You know, you got a few streets, 8, 9 streets in each place, you know.
That's right.
And we all one big community, but we call it, you know, something different. Rouge, Ecorse, Southwest Detroit.
yeah, you're right. We had cousins in all three places. And back then, sometimes you stand with the cousin over in Rouge, you stand with the cousin. So, no, it was a big family that we had. And the talent in that area, like you said, it wasn't that big.
No.
But now you add what we did at Southwestern.
Oh,
man, I don't know if any area that size has as many championships that was combined between South Detroit, Southwestern, and Rouge.
That's right. Give it up to the Southwest Detroit area. Metro. Yeah, Coach, you know. And so after high school, you married Deborah and went to college. You give it up to Miss Watson, Deborah Watson. I love you, Deb. Cause I love Deb. Yeah. And give it up to Paris too.
Yeah. Hey, and both of them, daughter and wife, are Southwestern grads.
Southwestern grads. Oh yeah. Yeah. So when you went to Eastern, now did you play baseball there?
I played baseball and basketball in junior college at Henry Ford Community College.
Okay.
And then got married.
And got married, right?
And transferred to Eastern and just had a shift in priorities and put family first.
Right.
And didn't play at Eastern because of the demands of being a college athlete plus the demands of being a husband and a father.
Right.
So I chose the latter, which I think was the best choice.
Right. You chose education.
Right.
Give it up to education. And being a great husband.
Yeah.
You did a great job, Coach. And after college, you tell us about your adventure to become a coach and your triumph in becoming a coach.
Yeah, when I was in college, I made the decision because when you get married and have a child, you definitely mature faster. So I started looking at what I wanted to do with my life.
Right.
And decided education was where I wanted to, put my efforts in. So I became a teacher. I was teaching elementary school and was working on my master's to get my counseling degree because I thought that would reach even more of our young people.
Yes.
And while doing that, I was still playing basketball, and an opportunity came where I started working with the kids in Delray after school at the recreation center and just fell in love with reaching those kids through sports, which was my life. And just realized that this could be something that I choose to do. And fortunately for me, Mr. William King, who was like the unofficial mayor of Southwest Detroit, noticed me. Yes. And made the necessary calls, and I became the coach at Southwestern in October of 1978.
Wow. And And give it up to Mr. King and Stan King and Judge Kenneth King.
Yes.
My family. Yeah, you became the coach in 78, 79.
That's my first year.
First year, wow.
Yeah. And
wow.
and it's a memorable year, Twan. hey, didn't realize, you know, I'm 27, and you know some of my players are 18.
Right. You were young, coach. You were still giving them the business.
Right.
You could play, coach. You were good.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the program had hit on hard times. So the 2 years previous to me coming, they had only won 4 games in 2 years. And that's just so different from what we had growing up, because Southwestern had always won in all sports.
That's right.
So when I took over the program, that's where we were at.
Yes, and give it up to the 1973 state champions at Southwestern.
Yes.
Tony Robb in the house. Okay?
That's right.
The great Tony Robb.
Kenny Davis.
Yeah, Kenny Davis. That's right. Kenny and Bay, they had a great team, coach.
Yeah.
I wish I could have saw that team.
Oh, Twan, when I look back, they were so talented. They were all like maybe 6'4" or bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
They all were that big.
Yeah.
No wonder they won.
and once they put it all together, Twan.
Yeah, they had some good play. Coach, tell me about Cliff Shane Williams. Everybody said how great he was. I never had a chance to see him or anything, but I know you did.
Yeah, Cliff graduated in 1963, and he was probably the first glimpse that I had of greatness.
Wow.
He was unbelievable, Judge. I mean, a scoring machine. I mean, perfect size, 6'3", you know, all-around athlete. Just a great player. And got an opportunity to play with him after I got out of high school. We played a lot of recreation leagues and stuff.
Wow.
But Cliff was one of the best this town has seen.
Dropped 63 in high school with no three-pointer.
Right.
That's putting the ball in the basket back then.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then when you came to Southwestern in 78, 79, tell us about how you took over the team. How was that challenge? Get guys to buy into a program and understanding about education and everything. How was that stepping in a program that's been down for a couple years?
Okay, let me first set the stage, because a lot of people don't know that your uncle and I were teammates in high school.
Yeah.
You know, so
give it to my Uncle Merle.
Uncle Merle. So,
hey, how good was he as a quarterback?
Oh my goodness. Merle could play everything. Baseball, football, basketball, but he was a sensational quarterback because he was fearless. He would take hits and run the ball, throw the ball. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So with that being said, that's where I started, Antoine, when I came to Southwestern. I had to let them guys know whose footsteps they were following in.
Right.
You know,
right.
The Hurd brothers, Cliff Williams.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
and just let them know they come from greatness.
Right.
You know,
Howard Hurd, give it up to my family.
That's right. That's right.
Great players.
Yeah. So I kind of started there and let them know what they were representing, because I didn't see the pride that they had. I mean, to win 4 games in 2 years coming from that area.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Right.
So just kind of set the table for them. And obviously, you know, when you got and I hate to call them losers, but when you got some losers, some of them you make them uncomfortable.
Right.
So some of them we made a decision that you don't need to play for us.
Because you're not buying into what we talk about.
No. So fortunately for me, that was probably my best decision because I didn't want to kick off anybody because I'm from South Detroit.
Right.
So most of the players, I knew their families and had maybe played with them. So I gave everybody a chance.
Yes.
But once I saw some of them didn't deserve a chance, I made the best decision to put my future in my 3 10th graders.
Yeah.
And that was the great Leslie Rockamore.
Yes. Give it up to Rocky, Keith, and Charlie Selden.
That's right. That was my 10th grade class. That was my 10th grade class, and I always put time in with them after practice, letting them know that you guys got a bright future.
Right.
And Twan, when you joined them guys, that was my first championship team when they were seniors.
Yeah, 1981. That's right. Give it up to our class, 81. Yeah, that was your first championship. You had only been there 2 years.
Yeah. And Antoine, I'm pretty sure everybody you know, we talk about the amount of talent that was in the PSL at that time.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Coach. It was unbelievable, Coach.
So, yeah, so for us to fast track and win that championship that soon, it was unbelievable.
I remember you, the year before, you took me down to UAD and we watched Patrick Ford and them play.
Yes.
And I said to myself, this is my dream to come down here and play. I said, I'm getting down here. I said, I'm coming down here to play.
Yeah, and see, you kept that dream to yourself. Now I understand why you went off and played so well.
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to come down here and play in front of all these people. I love that, man.
Yes.
And you know, it wasn't that you were such a great coach. It was the effort that you put in. And
yeah.
I remember you took us to camp in your Trans Am.
Oh, my goodness.
You remember that?
Yes.
We went to one of the best camps in the nation. And there's 3 of us, 4 of us, and there's big players.
Yeah.
And we in the Trans Am. These kids were crying today like crazy. And you made us winners like that. You know, going to see on the national level. When you come back home, you're like, man, come on, man. These guys ain't as good as those guys on the national level.
No. But you know, Twan, because you dealt with young people so long, you got to give them a dream. And, you know, because once they see it, then they can achieve it.
Right.
So that's why I always took y'all to games, whether it was watching a Dave Bing play, whether it was going to a Michigan. But not so much like you say that was maybe part of the job, but it was. If you're trying to get the best out of your players. You need to get them to see a vision of where they can be.
That's right.
And that's kind of where we took our program. Because at the time, Twan, if I look back, Detroit, Michigan have always had great players.
Always.
But you know, they was always just statewide or at the most regional.
Right.
I mean, even when you take Magic Johnson, George Gervin, a lot of they weren't national.
Right.
But what we did, we put ourselves in the national stage.
Yes, you did.
And then obviously with your success and the type of person you are, we brought the national stage to Detroit.
Yes, we did. Yeah, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Watson?
Go ahead.
So as a coach, Mr. Watson, what is something that you valued and gave your players that you maybe thought that you didn't receive as a player from your coach?
Well, you know, that's a great question. Because a lot of times people say, well, Coach, who did you work under? Mm-hmm. Who was you an assistant? I really wasn't working under anybody. I was always doing the work. Whether I was in Cottrell Center, Kimony Center. So to answer your question, you know what I did? I I put a vision of coaching these guys the way I wish I had been coached.
There it is.
Yes.
And I always kept that through high school, through college, at Michigan as an assistant, at UAD. I always coached my players the way I wish I had been coached.
Yes. And you played it with that same passion. I mean, guys don't know, like, when I was young, you were young. You know, you played every day with us. You practiced with us. You ran. You shot. You dribbled.
Exactly.
You said, "Hey, this how you pass, man. Don't throw the ball that way.
Right.
This how you shoot." You know, you were young. You had the energy. You know, and Speedy Walker came up there. I remember Speedy came. I was a freshman, and his friend. And used to scrimmage against us. Used to have us playing guys. And that make you better.
That make you better.
You know, and coaches, I don't think coaches do that in this generation at all. You know, they just had a title, a lot of young coaches.
You know, Twan, what you say is so important because I thought playing with you guys, I could demonstrate, first of all, competitiveness.
Yeah.
So we competed.
Every day.
We competed.
Every day.
Yes.
You made us run. If you lose, you got to get on that line. It was a competition for everything, you know?
Yes, and it's important you just said that word competition because I tell you, when I think about the people that I coached against in high school, you had to get on board and take it to another level. I mean, you talk about Coach Baby Duncan, Winfield Henry,
Goldsmith,
Ernie Scott, Jim Spivey, Robert Smith. Oh my goodness, bless their souls.
Yes,
I was a young one, so I had to do more. It was like, let's go to camp. Let's do this. So, you know, fortunately, I had grown up just like you in Southwest Detroit, a son of a factory worker. So he taught me work ethic when I was a kid. So when I got grown and was coaching you guys, wasn't never nothing too much work to do.
No, wasn't too much. You're giving up to Mr. Watson and Miss Watson, who I love so much. God bless y'all. Your parents was great, man. Just great. And was at every game when I played. Every game when I played, man. Yeah, you are. And after me and Rock, Coach, you had Coach T. Will in there.
Bill Jones.
Bill Ice Jones. Give it up to Ice Jones.
Yes.
You know, you coach Bill, you coach T. Will, Anderson Hunt. Give it up to Anderson Hunt. National champion,
UNLV.
Yeah, I mean, and then you coach Jalen and them. I mean, your high school career was just amazing, Coach.
You know, I was blessed, Twan, to not only coach some great players and have some great parents that allowed their kids to be coached. Because talking to coaches now, sometimes they feel they don't even get a chance to coach the kids because there's so much interference and whatever. But I came around at the right time. Parents trusted me. I never made them distrust me. And, it was just a great time. But, one of the things that's a misnomer, just like we became a national program in terms of notoriety and whatever, and because you was a part of it, our program was basically 3 or 4 streets in Southwest Detroit when you started.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it was.
I mean, we had Leslie Rockamore and Bill Jones on the same block in Lisdale.
On the same block.
We had
great players.
That's right, 2 great players. Then you talk about Anderson Hunt. And what I think people don't realize is that success breeds success.
Yes.
So now we became a destination. That's what I always tease your buddy Derek Coleman about.
DC, give it up to DC.
Hey, people say, I want to be there.
Yeah.
And for some, it worked out. And for some others, it didn't because, they were looking for something without putting in the work. But no, we became a program that attracted a Jalen Rose. Vashawn Leonard grew up on our bench when you were playing.
That's right. Give it up to Mr. Leonard.
Mr. Leonard. That's right.
One of my teachers at Southwest.
That's right.
That's right. And Beauchamp. And you had the great Howard Isley. Oh, my God. You coach so many guys. It's just unreal, man. I mean, that's why to me, and to be able to deal with so many different personalities.
Yeah.
I mean, because we all come from different backgrounds.
Right.
Even though the parents let you have these kids, kids have attitude.
Yes.
I remember a couple guys on our team you had to kick off, and they were great players.
Great players.
Yeah, they were great players. Give it up to Robert Holyfield and Les Lavelle rock him up.
Yes.
They're great players, but you deal with different personalities, and they great guys today.
No doubt. And Twan, timing is everything. We learn that definitely as we get older. But people say now, Coach, can you coach now? See, I probably couldn't because when you guys were young, I was full of energy and wouldn't back down from anything that wasn't right.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Oh yeah.
So Twan, the timing was right. I mean, sometimes you wish that things would have happened later for you, but the timing was right for coaching and affecting young people.
Yeah, you affected them good. I mean, you got some guys you can really be proud of that you mentored and fathered. I mean, you were like a father, a brother, a mother, a sister. I mean, you was a family member, man. I mean, guys always could call on you and depend on you when they didn't have other resources. And that's big for a coach,
Yeah. And Twan, it's funny you said that because look at how our relationships, not just with you, but with those players, we went from coach and now 30 years later, 4 years later, we friends.
Yeah.
And we we get together, we see each other, and that's when you know that everything was done the right way.
Yeah.
Because
the right way.
Yeah, if it was done wrong, I don't want to be around them guys. I don't want to be around Coach.
Right. But, man, forget Coach, man. He ain't right, man.
Yeah.
But give it up to T. Will.
T. Will.
Okay, Weezy. Yeah. We have your picnic every year he put together, and man, it's so great, man. All the fellas is there. We have such a good time. Man.
Right.
I hate I had to leave. I told my group, don't set our picnic on Coach picnic back there.
Yeah, so don't miss an event.
It's a great event and all the fellas come out, man.
Hey, the fellas, some of our old managers, I mean, some of our parents, teachers,
cheerleaders.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, I know people be jealous because I don't think nobody else can do that.
No, they can't do that.
No,
they can't do that.
They had great players. I don't want to name them all because I'll miss them. But I mean, look at the players that came out of Murray Wright Central, Southfield High, Cooley,
Northern.
But they can't do what we do.
No, Persian. They can't do what we do. They can't give it up like Southwest.
No.
And Coach, after college, my senior year, I remember you and D-Job was open, and they wouldn't give you that job. I would have went to school there if you would have got that job at UND.
That's funny you said that, Antoine, because before me, I guess the great Will Robinson also had wanted to be coaching there.
I would have went there. Will would have went there.
And they didn't choose him, and he ended up going to Illinois State. So they've made mistakes in the past, Antoine.
They made some mistakes. Give it up to the great Don Seco.
Yes.
But I would have went. If you would have went there, they'd have took you there. They were like, nah. I was like, oh, I'm turning against UND right now. I ain't messing with them.
Yes. I think they learned a lesson. Because when they had the opportunity, they might have been a year or two late. Because maybe instead of the Fab Five being in Ann Arbor, and I loved them, they'd have been at UND.
That's right. They would have been at UND, baby.
So when they did get it right, I really look back at that time. Man, I recruited Detroit, Metro Detroit, Flint, hard because I thought that we should be that type of team that represented our area. And man, to look at what we accomplished with really homeboys.
Yeah.
I mean, you
did it, Coach.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
Give it up to Jermaine Jackson.
Jermaine.
You did it, Coach. You did it with homeboy. Bakari Alexander, okay? You did it with some great kids. Willie Green. Give it up to Willie Green. The Pelicans coach.
That's right. Rashard Phillips.
Phillips, the great Rashard Phillips.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job out in Florida with the girls and stuff. IMG Academy, man. It's just great, man. You've done such a great job, Coach. You've been on every level. You coached in the pros, worked for the organizations in the NBA. Tell me what's the difference in each level to you, or are they the same?
Obviously the biggest difference is the talent.
Right.
And that's usually the separator. Now it's like, with that talent, what are you going to bring to the table?
Right.
Are you going to bring the right attitude, the work ethic, the ability to blend? Because a lot of times, if you were a great high school player, you didn't have to pass the ball or play defense. You could get by on your talent. But each step you move up, like when I left high school, I had coached so many great players, along with you and the other guys, that when I got to Michigan, I was not intimidated at all as a coach.
Right. You had great players all your career.
And then, fortunately, because you helped bring in that national audience, I now became a coach at the Nike All-American camp. So now I'm getting the best players in America.
Yeah.
And so
that's crazy right there. Because you start, once we got on the national scene, you started meeting all on the ball with the Baltimore Dunbar, the great Baltimore Dunbar, Bob Wade, Reggie Williams, Muggsy Bogues,
you right,
David Wingate. Wow, that was a team right there. What it comes.
Yes, it was. The times
are 4 pros on that team.
And the times are so different now, Twan. All these guys, they play on the AAU circuit and stuff, but I used to always tell those coaches when we would be in camps and stuff, I said, man, I wish we could have played y'all.
Yeah, man, I wish we could have, man. Yeah, Coach Carlos said sorry, he got to go, man. He wanted to be here to be talking with you. Carlos do a show with me.
Yeah, I wanted to see Carlos.
I know he did. He wanted to be here, man. Yeah, but I want to also give it up to Curtis Moore. Give it up to Kurt.
Good. Yes, Kurt Moore.
Kurt, I remember Coach Kurt. Kurt got me my first letter because Tarkanian came to see Kurt.
That's right.
Jerry Tarkanian.
That's right.
And he said, hey, is that guy who is that guy? You said he's a freshman. He sent me my first letter. You know? Give it up to Kurt one more time.
Yes. Kurt was my first grade player.
Yeah, Kurt was a great player because Kurt could play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, his senior year when he tore that ligament in his knee, show you how things are, Twan, in terms of whether you get favor or don't.
Right.
So the program had only won 4 games in 2 years.
Right.
So in the eyes maybe of college basketball, college coaches, they weren't sold on Southwestern
players, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So I used to call coaches,
yeah.
you know, and tell them about Kurt.
Yeah.
And I tried to tell Heathcote, who was at Michigan State, I tried to tell Frieder, I said, y'all need to see this guy.
Right.
But it was kind of like, you know, a gray area. Is he going to recover and not? So, you know, Kurt ended up saying, well, you know, probably, you know, the Mid-American Conference is where he's going to play.
And had a great career at Kent State.
Yeah,
Give it up to Kent State in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt did a fabulous job.
Yeah, but after the success that you, Rock, you know, all the guys had, I never had to clarify my players to anybody.
After that,
they were fortunate to get one.
Yeah, they were begging.
Yes,
Coach, can we get him?
Yes.
You didn't have to call no more.
Hey, Twan. Then they start talking about, Coach, you know, if you was interested, you know, no, just recruit my player.
Yeah,
treat my player right.
Treat him right, man. And I remember you got us our first shoe deal with Sonny Vaccaro. Give it up to Sonny Vaccaro. You got us our first shoe deal. I remember that.
Hey, Sonny got his book out now. I should have told you about it. It's called Legends and Souls. And he tells the story of Nike signing Michael Jordan.
Wow.
All the things that we did as a basketball camp.
Right.
Yeah, Sonny was a very good friend to Southwestern.
Yes, he was. I gotta get that book. It's called Legends and Souls.
Legends and Souls.
I gotta get that book. Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna get that one. Yeah, Sonny was a great guy, man. And also give it up to Ed Martin.
Yes. see, Twan.
Family support of Southwestern.
See, Twan, like sometimes people are jealous, but winning has its privileges.
Right. Winning has its privileges.
You attract good people. You attract people that want to be a part of your program.
That's right.
So no, I always was glad that you guys could be surrounded by good people that could inspire you to the next level.
Yes.
So no, that was a byproduct of again of what you guys built.
Yes.
That the later players didn't even know why they were attracted so much.
Yes. Being loved so well. You know.
Right.
Yeah, that came from the older
That's
players.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And like you say, Coach, everybody want to be around the winner.
That's right.
Don't nobody want to be with a loser, okay? Everybody want to be around the winning team.
That's right. Hey, Twan, and we respected them guys.
Yeah.
We just had to beat them.
We just had to beat them and respect them very well.
Right.
I mean, you know, people laugh and tease me and stuff. I say, man, I lost a few high school games. It was some tough teams back in the day.
Goodness.
You know, and I remember we played Northwestern, and I was like, man, we can't beat them because they had beat us 3 times. You was like, man, we gonna beat them this time. And UND, I said, man, I don't know how. I don't know what we gonna do, man.
Well, you know, Twan, they were men. I mean, that team was like 5 men, and you were my only really returning player.
All right.
Because Bill Jones couldn't play his 9th grade year. Parents made him sit out because back then, if you got D's, you couldn't play.
That's right.
So when they played us the first time, they might have beat us by 19 points.
Man, they killed us.
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus Christ, give it up to Joe Spicer.
Yes.
Oh, man, they told us.
Twan, every time a rebound went up, I looked up. Bill Jones, Chauncey Scott, them guys all on the floor.
On the floor. I'm like, man, get up from there, man. Get up and get tough.
But the whole thing though, Twan, is keep working.
Yeah,
Hey,
kept working.
We played them a month and a half later, and
Yeah,
the game was an 8-point game.
yeah,
And who you just shouted out, Joe Spicer,
yeah.
they put that ball in Joe's hand and he went 4 corners. and we couldn't get no closer.
We couldn't get no closer, man. They were, like you say, they were men.
Yep. So
They were men.
Yeah.
And I was like, man.
Yep. So me and Chuck, we got to the PSL championship game. I say, Chuck, if they don't realize that we not the same team we were in December and in January, we go beat them.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yes. And give it up to who was our unsung hero.
Snake.
Snake.
Alan Nichols, Snake Knight. And give it up to my coach who I love so well, Chuck Seldom.
Chuck.
Yeah, man. You said, man, we gonna beat them.
Yeah.
What you talking about? I said, man, I don't see how they whooped us in the summertime. We don't play them all summer.
Yeah.
And then 2 games in the season, Christmas tournament, and then we go to U&D for the city championship, and we got them.
Hey, Twan, and you know they never beat us again.
Never beat us again. I'm going to tell Joe that when I see it.
I have a question for you both. So what was each one of you guys' most memorable game? Whether that was, in your case, Mr. Watson, playing and coaching, but just what was your most memorable game?
My memorable game was my sophomore year when it was 15-14.
That's close.
People don't know that.
That's close.
I never played a game that tough in my
Wow, that was
life.
close.
I mean, to try to win a game, I never played that hard in my life.
Wow.
And I mean, I can score, and I never
No
played
doubt.
that hard, you know. Playing defense, trying to get that ball.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that was very memorable. See, we were an up and coming program, and
we was real up and coming program.
and I mentioned that Northwestern never beat us again, but there's a whole lot of teams never beat us again. But that game, Murray Wright had beat us 4 straight times in my first 2 years. And all of a sudden, Rockamore and Keith become seniors, Antoine becomes a sophomore, and we had put the work in.
Yeah, we put that work in.
We went to Murray Wright, and because, like I said, there was so many great coaches back then, we beat Murray Wright by 35 points at Murray Wright.
At Murray Wright.
At home?
At home, which
Give it
No
up to
mercy.
George Duncan, the
Yes.
great coach, Duncan.
and that had never been done at Murray Wright before. So again, I'm a young coach, and I'm hearing through the grapevine that, man, can't nobody run with Southwestern. They gonna start holding the ball. So I'm thinking like, how they gonna hold the ball and whatever. So now here comes Murray Wright with George Duncan, who had a great team, because that team actually played in the state championship game that year. But
they sure did. 1981.
but Duncan sat with our great football coach at the time, Joe Hoskins, and Joe asked him, he said, Dunk, what was you thinking to hold the ball? He said, listen, nobody ever beat Murray by 35 at Murray. So how do I think I can come to Southwestern and beat them? He said, so I decided to hold the ball.
Dang, and that's still the lowest scoring Class A game today.
And people,
15-14.
Twan, and people think that we was just standing there.
Oh no!
It was the most intense game
Ever.
because every pass was challenged. every dribble was challenged.
Yeah.
And they wasn't going to shoot the ball unless they had a layup.
Unless they had a layup, man.
Yeah,
That's the only way. And I remember one point in my career in the game, I never forget. I got that rebound. I hadn't got no shots. I took on. He was like, hold up. I shot it. You sent somebody to score his name. I got it back somehow. I'm like, no, okay. I gave the ball to Keith. He was like, okay then. But we won about 1 point. That was a hell of a game.
Unbelievable. Boy. Never been in that type of game in high school again or in college.
I have never been in a game like that in my life. That was the hardest game I ever played in my life.
So that's a great, memorable game.
Yeah, 15 to 14.
15 to 14.
Yeah, and you play 8-minute quarters and you can't shoot the ball. You know?
and you know, it's funny, after the fact, so now I've talked to guys that was on the bench at Murray Wright. They say, all game, we was hollering at Judge, we was hollering at Rock, you ain't gonna get your average today. You ain't gonna get your average today.
Rock was real bad.
Yeah.
Rock only had 9 points.
Yeah. But you know what? That's when we all realized winning matters.
Yeah. Winning is more important than your personal average or whatever. It's about winning. That was a tough game. I said, man.
And as great a coach as Dunk is, I think he surrendered at that point and said, man, we can't beat these guys. And
he knew.
And they never beat us again.
Wow.
And Murray had a tremendous program.
And they had a tremendous program. And KK was on here a couple weeks ago, and KK said, man, I never beat Southwestern. I said, yeah, I know the feeling, man. You ain't the only one. It's only a few that beat us.
That's right.
He said, man, I ain't never beat Southwestern. And also, I wanted to talk about you and Cooley in high school. Because Coach Kelso, he worked with me with my AAU teams. And he said, man, he give you so much love and props. He said, man, Perry had me, he got a book this thick. You know, Coach, I go to his house, he got a book on the flex, man. He said, Perry was wearing me out. He said, man, I had to come up with something to get it.
Yeah.
And he said, I come up with the flex, and he was showing me the flex for my college offense.
Right.
He told me, you can do it. I said, man, come on, man, we can't run flex in college. But, you know, he showed me, I ran, it worked, you know, but give it up to Coach Bill Kelso. Great coach.
You know, Twan, like I said, it was so many great coaches then that you had to get better.
Yeah.
And when Ben came in, because when I first started coaching against Cooley, you know, they had the great late Randy Ziegler.
Right.
And you play against those teams with Roy Tarpley, Anthony Watson.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So when Ben got there, I think with Ben being as competitive as he was and his work ethic, he was able to make an impact on that program. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of people could do that we didn't have the fortune to do, they could circle us, and we was their big game every time they played us.
Right.
and
every game was a big game for you.
He maximized that. He made sure everybody know that if I want to win one game, I want to beat Southwestern.
Right.
But you know, look back at you. When you was with me, our biggest rival was probably Murray Wright.
Murray Wright,
and then we chopped them down. Then you get Northwestern.
And Western.
And what about Kettering?
Kettering, give it up to the Supreme Court.
Hey, man, we had multiple rivals.
Multiple rivalries.
But like with Cooley, you know, and purging, you know, under Johnny Golston's guidance, they had the luxury of saying, we want to beat Southwestern.
All right, they all wanted you because you were the guy to get.
Oh my goodness! Hey, it's tough being the 100, but
it's tough. You got to stay on top.
Hey, and you got to have the right guys.
Yeah,
you had to have the right guys.
The right guys behind in the program.
Yeah.
Hey, give it up to Brian Arnold. And Keith Bates.
Oh my goodness.
And Benavidez. All my players.
Yes.
And Jamie Davis. JD.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Coach. We had some fun, man. Just thinking. And Coach, you wasn't only the basketball coach, you was the baseball coach.
Yes.
You are our baseball coach.
You know, Twan, a lot of people don't realize where we grew up in South Detroit, everybody played baseball.
Everybody played baseball. That was our first sport.
Right. And then we might have got into football or basketball or whatever. So I tease some of my West Side friends, and I tell them, I say, you know, our leagues ended at 15.
Right.
Out in South Detroit, but we were the oldest little league organization.
Right.
I said, but those of us that was pretty good, I said, you West Siders recruited us. I say, I say three of the best players. I say three of the best players out of Southwestern, and I put myself in the three. The first was Andrew Cunningham. The second was Danny Kennedy. And then myself, we all was recruited to play for the West Side Cubs.
Dang, give it up to the West Side Cubs.
Yes.
Yeah, they still doing their thing.
Still
Great
doing
program.
That's right, the late Ron Thompson.
Yeah. Coach, I got to ask you this question. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your best 5 players at Southwestern?
Wow, best 5 players.
If you had to go from point guard to center, how would you line up? You coach so many great players, but give me your best 5.
And you know, by playing for me, we don't define ourselves by positions. We was just players.
Right.
Because we're going to develop all your skills. But it's no...
You did, because I was a point guard. I could play
That's
point
right.
guard.
Hey, all my guys would go to college. I mean, Jalen Rose. Jalen didn't, quote, play point.
No, Jalen was a point guard. Give it up to the great and the famous Jalen Rose.
That's right. Hey, when Jalen got to Michigan, he could be running point because he had the best skills.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But Judge, you know, it'll be a situation where
you have to go 10 players.
Yeah. I'll start at the beginning. Obviously, you know, what you did as a player and for our program, I have to start the list, and I always tell my guys that. I say because of you, the Derek Colemans and all them guys were now able to get national publicity because you brought it and you brought excellence. So
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then I take Rockamore because you and I know. Oh, he did some phenomenal things.
I sure did.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Twan, I still don't speak to Frida.
I don't either.
The way Frida coached Rock.
I told Rock coach my freshman year, I said, man, if you don't go in there and cuss him out, man, because you're supposed to be starting.
No doubt. But see, you trust people. And you trust that people gonna have your best interest, and so Rock, different than players now, he'd have been gone.
Yeah,
he'd have been gone because there's
especially
no loyalty.
with what they have now, NIL.
Yeah.
He would have had that money. He was the first player. He went 9 for 9 on the first CBS game.
Oh my
Give
goodness!
Give it up to Leslie Rocky.
Yes.
And against 2 pros.
Yes.
Albert Robinson.
Yes.
You know, and Sidney Moncrief.
That's right.
2 guys that played 15 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
Rock killed them on national TV.
Yeah. So so I start with you 2 guys, obviously, on my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
You know, and then I probably have to go even though, again, I had some great players,
Yeah.
Bill Jones played in the NBA.
Absolutely. Give it up to Ice. Ice Jones.
You mentioned Anderson Hunt. You mentioned Terrence Wheeler. I mean,
Terrence Wheeler, Anderson Hunt.
those guys take a backseat to nobody. And then, like I used to always tell Jalen and Vashawn, who obviously were not just only great high school players, great college, great pros, I tell them all, I said, the thing that you guys had going for you was that y'all played with two other pros.
Yeah.
Vashawn played with Jalen and Howard Isley.
Yeah.
Jalen played with Vashawn and Howard Isley.
Yeah.
I said Twine played with a young Bill Jones.
Yeah.
I
and
say,
Rock.
And Rock. I
Yeah,
say,
I was
but
right in between them.
I say, but man, let me tell you. I said, I put some film on and show y'all the judge. I say, we playing Brother Rice with all of their ambiance at Callahan Hall. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was
Judge
great.
and Rock put on the show.
Yeah.
That's probably my most memorable game.
Yeah, the 1981 championship.
City
Give it up to the 81 team. Yeah. And Brother Rice, the great coach Bill North, and they had Paul Jokic, John Shasky,
NFL player John Dinkins.
They had the Roderick Brown, the twins at the guards. They were tough.
Yeah, they were tough.
I remember you took us to that press conference, and I said, my God, these guys are huge. Rock looked at them. Me and Rock looked at each other. I said, Rock said, we going to kill them. I said, you right. We going to run by them, man. We too fast. I'm already scared. He ain't going to be able to catch me.
But,
he was 7 feet.
And Twan, that's important that you say that, because I remember, again, as good a talent and great a talent as we had, nobody wanted to take their players anywhere. I remember when we got invited to go to Saginaw to play in the Saginaw Festival by Charlie Coles.
Charlie Coles. Give it up to the great, legendary Charlie Coles.
I remember going to Flint and playing in their summer classics. And I remember a couple of the coaches would laugh and say, Watson, you taking the boys all over the country. We got the best basketball right here at St. Cecilia.
Right.
And I say, I agree. We play at St. Cecilia.
And we play there too.
but our game will travel.
Yeah, you took us everywhere.
And I think
man.
that's what really helped y'all, because y'all realize, we can play with anybody.
Yes.
And we are not limited by what a newspaper writer votes the top team in the state or top player.
No, we didn't care about none of that.
Because we didn't seen it and we didn't competed against it.
Yes,
And we believed in each other. So
yes, we sure did, Coach. You had us with so much confidence, man. I think all that running we did. Hey, you kept us in shape. You always told us, man, hey, conditioning. And I always thrived on that. When I started coaching, I didn't never think I would be a coach, but I always remember you preaching conditioning. And these guys say, man, why Coach Chobert make me run so much? Hey, man, we might not have the talent, but if we in condition, we can battle you 40 minutes of the game.
Twan, ain't nothing new. Everything has been done before. And what you're just saying, I remember being a young coach, talking to Will Robinson, and he told me, he said, hey, young fella, the one thing you can control as a basketball coach is your team's condition.
That's right. You can control that.
You can control that. Hey, Twan, that ball might go in and might not go in.
Right.
hey, ask the Lions. The referee may make a bad call.
Oh, that's right.
But I can control that we go be in shape.
I'm going to have the best conditioned team. Give it up to conditioning. Coach taught us that. Hey, you going to be better shape. And we won a lot of games
That's
from
right.
that.
From that, you're right.
From being better in shape than other teams, because they would die down in the third quarter, fourth quarter,
No doubt. You look at the talent, like I say, that we played against.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you guys had to play whole game.
Right.
Or almost a whole game.
Right.
Because we didn't have all that depth.
Yeah.
You know, almost every school back then, Twan, I don't know if you remember, almost every Detroit school had 3,000 or more students.
Yes. I know.
Now, we were a small school because we had like 1,500.
Right.
So I used to laugh and say, so if I was at this school that was double my size, triple my size, I'd have 2 Antoines.
You had 2 or 3.
two Rockamores. So no, we had to be in shape, and we had to make sure that we could last and get it done.
Yeah, we got it done. Man. Coach, man, I thank you so much,
No
man.
doubt. No doubt.
I thank you for coming on the show, man. And you got opportunity to coach the great 5-5 and Jalen Rose at Michigan. You've been everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you, man, and I thank you all the things you've done for all the kids you've helped. And one thing about you, you get 1 through 12 in college.
That's
and
right.
that's why all the guys show up, man,
That's
you know,
right.
and love you, man. They don't care about playing. They all been on winning teams.
Yes.
You don't want so many states and city championships. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah. You know, I appreciate you all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and I give you all the praise and homage, man. You know, all of it, man. And I thank you. I got to get Jalen on here. I got to call him when he get time to come talk about you. We always talk about you and Rock. I had Rock on here,
Good.
T. Will. I had all the fellas, Bill.
Good.
Yeah, Keith Taylor. So,
Good.
you know, got to get Jay on here next. You
Okay.
know?
Okay. Well, my last shout out is to your parents.
Oh, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
Oh man, Mr. and Miss Joe Bear.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, they were the first parents that really had to step out and say, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And chose to put Antoine with me in a building program.
Yeah.
And they were always the best.
Yeah, my mother love you so much. She told me, tell you how today. Make sure you tell parents.
Yes.
Yeah, she did. She trusted you, and
Yes.
she loved you and believed in you,
That's
know.
right.
And she was like, if he say that's going to happen, let's roll with it, you know. She said, let's go with it. And it was the best thing I ever did, man. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for being a leader and a father and a brother and everything to me, because you're not that much older than me. Yeah,
All right.
You right by me, yeah.
Yes.
And like I say, Coach used to bust us up back in the day. You really did. And you made Keith Taylor a great point guard.
Oh my goodness.
You made Keith, give it up to Keith
Keith Taylor.
Retired sheriff, great basketball player from Bowling Green, my boy. Yeah, you made Keith a great player. Keith helped me out with some of my trickery and stuff.
Yeah. Keith was he was a study in persistence, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I know you know the story, but Keith was a young man that believed in himself.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Keith Taylor. He had been to 3 high schools as a 9th grader, and nobody believed in him.
Right.
And so all of a sudden he wanted to transfer, and they said, well, you got a choice between Southwestern and Chadsey. He said, well, let's try Southwestern. And we gave him an opportunity.
Yeah, you gave the chance, man. You talk about that
and
all
he,
the time.
he busted through that door and took advantage of his opportunity.
Yes, he did.
And it really strengthened me to know that don't deny somebody an opportunity. Give them a chance.
Yes.
Give them a chance.
Yes. And I learned that from you as well. You give everybody a chance.
Yeah.
You let them eliminate themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know, Twan, we can go on and on, but
Yeah. All right.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And it was great having you on here. We'll see you guys next week on the Judge Podcast.
That was great.
Yeah. It's Wednesday at 2 p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the legend. Let's have blast. We talking sports, politics, current events. We gonna be live, so let it make sense. It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. The Judge Podcast. Let's Let's go!